Morning children. Today we'll now talk about self-induction. You know that yesterday we had talked about electromagnetic induction and motional EMF also. So today we are going to talk about self-induction. Alright, we'll be talking about mutual induction also later on. But first we shall know what is self-induction. Self means in the same circuit. Consider a circuit with a coil of say n turns per unit length. We have a key, we have got a battery, a source of EMF, we have got a coil of n turns. Clear? Now what will happen? See, there are only now two options. Either we close the key or we open the key. Suppose I close the key first. Then what will happen? The current will raise from 0 to say I. There is an increase in current from value 0 to a given value say I. What this will do? This will increase the number of magnetic field lines through the coil. And according to Lenz's law, what will happen? A EMF will be induced in the same coil which is going to oppose the growth of the current. We can explain it another way also. Let's now switch on the circuit. Switch on means now we will remove the key. The circuit is not completed. Now the current will decrease from a definite value I to say 0. The magnetic field lines associated with the coil are now going to reduce first and then will become 0, and thereby now the EMF will be induced in the circuit which will oppose the decay of the magnetic field or decay of the induced EMF in the circuit. This is known as this process is known as self-induction, and the EMF so produced is also known as back EMF. This you can study or understand in analogy with inertia of electricity. Inertia of electricity. Now what is inertia of electricity, or what is inertia? It is the opposition to the change in the state of motion or state of rest or state of direction. So in the same manner, this back EMF which is being produced is always opposing in nature. Therefore, this can also be understood in analogy with inertia of electricity. Now we are going for the mathematical expression for the self-induction. See, whatever magnetic flux will be produced in the coil will always be found out to be directly proportional to the current I. More is the current, more is the flux associated with the coil. This you can understand by assuming also that more is the current, more will be the value, more will the magnetic flux associated. When you remove the proportionality sign, you will get a constant. Here will be denoted by L, I. Now this is a constant which is known as coefficient of self-induction. Coefficient of self-induction. Or simply self-inductance. We'll be dealing with this term in the next chapter also when we'll be talking about alternating current. Now this value of L, that is the coefficient of self-induction, will depend upon you can see the current is flowing through this coil. So it will depend upon, say, the number of turns in the coil. Number 2, cross-sectional area. Area of the coil. And number 3, the material of the core of coil on which coil is wound. Coil is wound. These are the 3 factors on which the coil will, this self-inductance will depend. I'll take only the this portion of the blackboard. I think this is not being able to see. Now, how will you define L? How will you define L? L from here can be written as 5 upon R. Or you can take from here. Keep I as 1 and 2. Keep I as 1 and 2. So, what is defined as? Self-inductance of the coil defined as the magnetic flux associated with the coil when a unit current is passing through the coil. When a unit current is passing through the coil. We can also write down it in terms of induced EMF. Induced EMF is minus d phi by dt. So we can write it as, since L is a constant, you will get minus L di by dt. So we can define this L in terms of di by dt also. Self-inductance of a coil is defined as equal to the induced EMF when the rate of change of current through the coil is unity. When the rate of change of current through the coil is unity. Unit for self-inductance is Henry, which is denoted by H, and we can define from them. The self-inductance of a coil is said to be 1 Henry when the rate of change of current of 1 ampere per second produces an EMF of 1 volt in the given coil or in the given circuit. So in this way we can define. We can also find out the self-inductance of a long solid. Let us find out self-inductance of a long solenoid. Let us consider a solenoid of n turns L length. See, I'll find out the magnetic flux associated with this. I'll also find out the magnetic flux self coil, that is self inductance of the same coil that we have already calculated. That is phi is equals to Li. This can be taken as equation number 1. Magnetic field associated with the long solenoid is mu naught n. Phi with solenoid attached will be equal to B into A, mu naught n I A. This is the magnetic flux associated with one turn per pole for n number of turns per year. So the total length will be now L. So the total turns NL. So the total flux, or you can denote it by phi like this. This can be written as mu naught n I A into NL. This is going to give me mu naught n square I A L. This is equation number 2. Compare 1 and 2. Comparing 1 and 2, I'll get L equals to mu naught n square A N. This is the self-inductance of a long solenoid. So this much we will do. Tomorrow we will talk about the mutual inductance and mutual inductance of two long solenoids. We'll exactly do in the same manner. Alright, so first we will try to do this. Tomorrow we will do the mutual inductance. Thank you.